Chin down, guys. How you guys doing? We got another show tonight with the ServicePro King himself, Jamie Schmidt, John Tornabene, of course, for the Park Garage King. And we have a special guest tonight. We all love this guy. We partied with him. We hung out with him. We learned from him. Doug Apt from J Racing Team. How you doing, Doug?
I'm doing fantastic.
Where are you now?
I'm in Jersey.
Jersey.
Up the IWCA convention
Right.
Friday. Flew back home. Did some laundry, Back out Monday, I had classes Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, and today's I fly home tomorrow.
You are the traveling man, brother.
Well, I gotta, it's that season. It's that off season where everybody has time to get some training in and hopefully some good education, and that's just what I got to do in the first 3 months. I mean, it's just that's what's got to happen.
Gotta happen. It's gotta happen.
During busy time, nobody wants any training.
Oh, when they're busy,
everybody knows things.
The biggest mistake I see in the industry is when guys get busy, they cut back on the marketing because they're busy for a month or 3 or 4 weeks out, whatever it is, and then they suddenly slow down.
Yeah.
And I always said that, like with the ServicePro Expo, sponsored by the PWMCA, you should go to these events, especially this time of year, because you're going to learn a lot of stuff. Then you could take it, parlay it right into when your company starts, and now is the time to do that. So that's important.
What I try to teach everybody to do right now is start hiring and training and gearing up for the season to come. And they're like, well, I only need so many employees, and I keep telling them, like, if you optimize your crew, okay, another word for overhire, the work will come. I don't know where it comes from. It just comes. You're not booked out 4 weeks, booked out 2 weeks. You're not leaving money on the table. Right. You're like, what do I have to do? I said, in our industry, when we hire, we never promise anybody 40 hours a week, So you're the worst boss in the world if you give them Friday off so they have a 3-day weekend. No, that's not the case.
Right.
But if you do overhire, I guarantee the work will just flow in there and you'll be able to be more competent, be able to make a little bit more money, and instead of leaving it on the table for somebody else to pick up.
You know what? That's so important you said that because, if you have employees, you want to keep them busy, right? Of course. So now if you hire somebody, because, the newer guy, I have employees. Jamie's got employees. Of course, Doug's a legend in the industry. When you hire people, you have to get them work. So they say, what do they say? They say, hire slow, fire fast. But when you hire people, you got to keep hustling to get the work going. You should do it in the winter months where we are now. You should even do it when the company's full-blown open in March. Never stop.
Yeah, because house season's right around the corner. It takes a while to train these guys. It's not a quick process to get everybody professionally trained and ready to put into somebody's castle. Their house to clean. You to have this training program going on.
What's up, Bobby Beach? And you know what? I tell guys this all the time. And Jamie, maybe you could comment on this. This level of standard is much higher for residential than it is most commercial.
Absolutely.
Dealing with the owners. Like in the Park Garage world where I'm at, and I have a large residential base, that the standards aren't the same. So when you hire guys in the residential end, they got to be sharp. They have to be good. And Jamie, you understand that, right?
Yeah, I've said that before. I talked to guys about that. And it's not even, I'm not saying like do subpar work, but what I'm saying is like I love doing windows in schools. We do a lot of schools. We've been the last couple of years, a lot of schools. I love doing them because it's not that you're going to do bad work. But when you do a residential house, man, like, the
Yeah.
customer's looking at every single window.
Yes.
And if you leave one little water drop, it's like, spot on my window. Like when you're doing a school, a big building, it's like you clean the windows, you do a great job, but it's not, they're not looking at every little thing. So
Right.
yeah, I agree with that 100%.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So most guys come into the industry, they start residential first.
Yes.
And some blow up the residential, which is huge. But when they start off, they're doing residential. It's going to be owner operator most of the time, right? So he's doing a residential. He's got to be on a ball. He's got to be good at what he does. And then he takes a class, whatever. And Doug, I'm going to ask you in a second. When they take these classes of proven people that can be vetted, they can learn a lot more. Which leads me into when you go to the ServicePro Expo, what are you teaching?
Well, what I teach is turn your customer base. Really, the whole class is about becoming the exterior expert, right? I mean, if you're a residential guy, our customers don't want one and done anymore. Every household has two people working. The wife's working now. The husband's working. They're hustling to bust their butt to get money. They're going to take off work one day to get the service done, right? And so you better have every service down. If you're doing the roof and you're doing the siding, the soft washing, you better be doing the gutters. You better be cleaning the windows. You better be doing their concrete. Be that exterior expert for a one-stop shop. If not, they'll find somebody else. They don't want to take off work more than one time to get their house done. Take advantage of that.
Oh, yeah. And there's so much add-ons. Like if you go for a house wash, you can have, Jamie, you have your crew, like, basically what I do is, I'm not telling people to do this. When I see a house, they call us for a house or a roof. My wife would tell me, Johnny, we get the estimate over to them within like probably 30 or 40 minutes. A lot of stuff's online.
Yep.
But I might see, people may find this insulting, but I may say, the house is, let's say, $400. The roof could be $600. I start giving prices for everything. Then I package that.
Absolutely. Yes, we do that. We use ResponsiBid, man. That's all we do is bundle. Every job is bundled. Every estimate is bundled. Everyone. So,
well, I don't do ResponsiBid, but I should do ResponsiBid. I should do it.
Yeah, ResponsiBid is a game changer for us, man.
Right.
It's just.
Well, if you say it one more time, he's going to give you a discount for giving him airplay.
Oh, ResponsiBid? Who's going to discount?
ResponsiBid.
We want some discounts. Get Kurt on the line.
ResponsiBid.
Yeah. Great company. They do it.
Yeah.
It is great, man. It's great. And we're not going to get into anything about that, but I was on the phone with them today. There's some updates that are coming. It's like, oh my God. I'm excited. I'm definitely excited.
Yeah. Well, look at those guys here. I got 28. This is my 29th year of power washing with my company. And Jim, you've been doing this since you were a kid.
Yeah.
And Doug, you've been this forever. How long have you been in this type of industry, cleaning and whatnot? How long?
36 years now.
So 36, 29. He's been doing this as a kid. What, 30, 40 years, Jamie?
I'm not telling you my age, so.
All right. So let's say, Jamie.
I'm 28. I'm 28.
Yeah. 29 older, right? So let's say 29 years. So that's 58 years. And they got Doug here with 35 years. We almost have 100 years experience among us. That sounds scary. But we still learn. When I go to these conventions, the events, I tell people, listen, the networking is the godsend.
Oh, yeah.
So what I do is I'll go to Doug's class. I've been to AC when he spoke. I've been to a lot of these guys who have these speakers, right? But then afterwards, I will go to the bar or the restaurant, and I sit there quietly, James. James like, yeah, you're quiet. I'll sit there quietly, and I hear people here. And I migrate kind of over like this. I want to know what they know.
Yeah.
And that's why these conventions and events and the ServicePro Expo, you should go to these things because these guys are all passionate and serious what they do. That's why you're there, Doug. You go to these things, you're passionate.
Hey, I'm blessed to surround myself with people like you guys. I mean, I had a question the other day that I didn't know the answer to because I have not been in the direct business other than helping people, achieve their goals. I didn't know anything about prevailing wages. I mean,
yeah, I know about that.
I called Jamie up, and Jamie talked to the guy and got it all straightened out. And the guy's like, okay, good. I know where to go. I use my resources in the industry. I can't know it all. There's just no way. But I'm not scared to say, I don't know. Hang on. Let me make a phone call. I know somebody who will know. And that's what,
right.
Right.
But you connect with people in the industry. Prevailing wages, I understand that because we do work in 4 states. We do it in New York, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, and Connecticut. Now, in New York and New Jersey, Jamie, you know this, they're gonna get paid the most.
Yeah.
So when I go to Pennsylvania, like Wilkes Barre, it did an estimate today. Looks like we're getting that garage twice a year. They're not going to be the same level of wages as far as what we pay. But guys don't realize that if I went to Hollywood to power wash, which is never going to happen, it could be higher. You have to know what the wages are in that area.
Exactly.
So a lot of guys don't realize that. I mean, they're like, I'm going to price this thing. They want to see. They actually want to see what you guys are making.
Yep.
So
each category has its own. Yeah. Each state. Yeah. Each category has its own what they're calling for. What you need to pay.
But you got to pay it. You have no shot if you don't pay.
You got to pay it.
Prevailing wages.
Yep.
Right.
So, I bet you some guys watching the show tonight don't realize that. It's big.
Yeah, it is. It is big.
Right. So, John, when does your class start there?
My class. Hey, James, where's my hat I sent you?
I have it.
Yeah.
Dude, I can't mess my do up.
I know. I don't want to miss his hairdo.
Nice beard and everything. I'm like, holy crap, who's?
Yeah. Had to get all trimmed up here tonight.
There you go.
You are trimmed up.
I know.
Exactly.
You got all dolled up for the show?
No, winter's almost over.
Yeah. It will be here soon. It'll be on us before we know it.
Yeah, it will be.
I know. It's going to come fast. I'm in Florida right now. I'm in South Florida. And everybody's freezing over here. They're like cold. You see, not to go into politics, but over here it got colder, and up in New York it got warmer, right? So today was 74 degrees. There's nobody outside. I'm like, this is beautiful. But they're freezing. But to go back to your question, Doug, I won't do mornings. The only time I do mornings and overnight and everything else is based on work.
Right.
So I don't want to teach you. Look, guys, see Doug Apt when he teaches, and Jamie as well. You guys are naturals, I think. You work hard at what you do. Me, I don't want to be up 8 o'clock in the morning and teaching a class. It's just we'll do garages through the night. I don't want to do it. It's just I took 25 years as a cop. I worked the night shift. I don't want to do it. So my class is 1 o'clock. Hey Johnny, what's up, John Sacco? My class is 1 o'clock on February
21st.
21st.
Yep.
1 to 5.
Nice.
And the next day we got the convention started. James, what's going on the first day of the ServicePro Expo? What's that itinerary? You got that? You still working on it?
No, we have it. So the first day, which is the 22nd, we have breakfast for those people that have the full pass.
Right.
Then we have our opening keynote. And then we're going to go into, so we're doing a little bit different this year. We have our opening keynote, and then after that, we're opening up the vendor trade show, and there's no speakers happening until after lunch. So
what time does the keynote come on?
The keynote comes on at 9 a.m. because breakfast is at 8, and you got to give them a little bit of time to eat. So it comes on at 9.
Right.
And then we go right into from 9 to 9:45. Then we go right into the trade show, and that's going to be the fun part, man. Going inside there and just talking to the vendors and hanging out in there and talking and making relationships, man, and networking, and that's like,
that's the best thing. Yeah. I made friends with so many vendors, like Doug Apt with Jay Racenstein.
Yep.
I made so many connections with them that's so important. It's the relationships that are the most important thing.
It is. Because the loyalty is the most important thing, I think. Even between the customer to the vendor and the vendor to the customer. That loyalty speaks bounds above pricing.
What did Mike Tuliano say?
What's up, bitches?
Yeah,
that's what he said.
Oh God, you can't laugh. You gotta laugh.
He's a trip.
Yeah,
he's a trip.
But the most important thing to me is loyalty and trust. Two most important things.
That's the whole thing.
Yep,
that's the whole thing.
Gentlemen come into class today, or yesterday, I should say, and we talked about soft wash systems and purification systems. And now we have metering systems at Racenstein, and we have machines that produce 8 gallons a minute of pure water.
Really?
Unheard of industry.
Unheard of.
Yeah, absolutely unheard of. So I'm talking to the guy, and he goes, "Okay, this is what I want." I said, "Well, go home, sleep on it, and give me a call." He calls me up, and he goes, "This is what I want, blank, 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 blank." And I'm like, "Well, a lot of questions I got to ask you." He goes, "Doug, I trust you, carte blanche, just get it done." And I was like, "Wow, that's trust."
Yep,
that's trust.
That is super trust,
and you have the reputation as well, so that counts.
Yeah, absolutely. It just kind of really humbled me that people trust you that sincerely. So here we go. And
I think that guy Jared, hello, Mr. Internationally Known, is going to be towards Doug.
No.
I think you're internationally known.
Mark Tunia.
Oh yeah, you're right, Mark Tunia. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
What does he do? He opens up and says, "Woo! What's up, bitches?"
Yep.
He's great. I can't do him. Is he going to be at the ServicePro Expo?
Yep. He'll be doing demos also, so they'll be there. And then he'll be doing some demos outside. So the second day we're going to be outside doing demos all morning. It's going to be breakfast and then demos. There's no classes until the afternoon, both days. So it's vendor trade show, first day, second day is outside.
Some of the organizations aren't looking at that to give those demos really time. They're overlapping them on other things. And then you don't want to miss this class, but you don't want to miss this demo, but you can't be two places at one time. So I think
we had that problem last year, if you remember.
Yeah, he learned over the years that, listen,
we had that problem.
Separate this.
Yeah.
I know you got drone demos, and I'll be out there demoing water-fed pools and stuff, and you got Mark doing his demo. You got Craig Harrison from F9 doing his demos. I mean, come on.
We got the big rider machines. We got Hilo coming out. And we have
Jose Ortiz.
Yes.
These are my sponsors. I have the best sponsors.
There'll be some cool stuff out there.
So this is my first look. I've done something with Jamie back in 2018 in Nashville, somewhere around there at the carpet place. Was that 2018?
Darren Hickman's place, yeah.
Yeah, Darren Hickman's.
Yeah.
Maybe even 2017. But these these small events are good too. But I never went to Jamie Schmidt's ServicePro Expo, the sponsor of the PWMC, but I've been told to go for years because you combine everything. But what is Doug saying here? You're saying that when they do these stuff outside demonstrations, is there classes running at the same time or is not?
Nope.
Oh, look at that. Nope. Hey Doug, thanks, bro. I just learned that right now.
Yep.
The demos are key for learning. People get hands-on, like they can go touch the equipment, they can scrub a window, or they can spray some deco down. I mean, it's more important that they get that, than some of the classroom stuff. Classroom's kind of hard to get through to them. Everybody wants hands-on, and it's the opportunity for them to get out there and feel the equipment and really touch and get close to the guy who's ever doing the demo, whatever it may be. There's a lot of stuff going on, and it's really cool what's going on in our industry right now.
That is really cool.
Yeah.
Just to touch the stuff. Just to touch the equipment.
What's that?
Just to touch the equipment is important, man, because guys don't. Some guys, they don't know what a 12-volt feels like versus a gas pump versus versus an air pump. Like, they don't know it. But if you can go out there and if you can touch it and feel it, it's a whole different.
They can use it as well.
Yeah, they can use it. Yeah, I'm sure we're not going to be shooting chemicals out there, but yeah, they'll be shooting water. Same thing though.
Yeah.
They'll get the same experience.
It's just yeah, and no, I think it's very important. The demos are a big part of it.
Yep.
And they never seem to get enough play at the other conventions. Where here they are actually accelerated and highlighted. So I love it.
That's why I like going to Darren's place, man. Where we went to at Darren Hickman's place because we were outside and doing stuff and.
Yeah,
that's what I saw Craig Harrison doing that.
Cleaning windows.
Yeah,
I got a picture of Darren Hickman cleaning windows with Doug wearing like a I don't know what kind of suit jacket, some kind of maybe like a cow print. I have no idea.
And I saw that, Doug. You were there with your son, right?
I was absolutely.
Yeah, I watched that too. I stayed in the background. I watched the whole thing. I was like, look at these guys. They're going real fast with this pole. What is the biggest, the largest pole that J Racing sells? Can he go up 6 stories?
90 feet.
90 feet?
Yeah.
What does that weigh?
It weighs 10.1 pounds at 90 feet, including the brush and the water and the hose.
That's unbelievable. 90 feet, 10 pounds.
Yep. Industry's really changed. Yeah. We started doing this. Steve Blythe, my mentor, one of the owners of J Racing, got with Alex Gardner when 1910 came out, and that was really about high rise. If there wasn't any anchors, you couldn't clean the building, right? You can't hang off of it. So they came up and developed this pole to help the high rise guys keep their business with a 90-foot pole.
I met Steve Blythe 2004 in Dallas at the Dallas convention with the RWCA and the PWA, the co-convention, and this is going to be organization talk for 1 second. Somewhere in that time frame, they come up with that standard. Maybe a little after that hook,
right?
So you can lower guys all the way down. But I don't recall, Doug. Maybe you can tell me. I don't recall back then these water-fed poles were they even around back then?
Yeah, they were. The tallest pole back then was probably 65 feet. Right. It was probably an ionic. It's called the Swift. So,
but it probably whipped around like today they're almost straight.
The first water-fed pole I used 30-some years ago was the Tucker. It was made out of solid aluminum. It's 40 feet and it weighed 22.5 pounds. Wow. It was a beast.
So now you got a 90-foot one weighs 10.1 pounds.
Well, they still complain. The youth today still complain that the poles are too heavy. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? You can't make everybody happy, but everything's try to stay in front of that change.
I heard this statement years ago. You can please some of the people some of the time, but you can't please all the people all the time.
Absolutely.
They're going to complain.
Make the best product you can and stand behind it and support the industry. Keep plugging forward.
That's what you got to do.
Yep.
So what time is Doug Apt coming on? What time is his class, Jamie?
He doesn't know yet.
Yeah, I do. I know. Doug Apt is on the 23rd at 1:30.
He's 7 o'clock in the morning? Doug's 7 o'clock in the morning? I don't think so.
He's at 1:30 on the 23rd, so he's right after lunch.
Getting in by that time.
I remember Doug Apt from Nashville. We were all having funny shows. Like, Johnny, what's up? We all had a lot of fun. But you know what it was? It was after the Nashville thing was over.
Yeah.
That's where you get a lot of knowledge too.
Yeah.
So at the hotel at the ServicePro Expo, you want to look. I don't get up early. I'm sorry. I missed a lot of these openings and stuff. I got John. Where were you? I was out till 4 a.m. But it's even when the whole event's over for the day, you can in the hotel, Jamie. Maybe you can tell us. Is there any bars, restaurants in there? Like, what's that all about?
Yeah. So they have it outside. They have the tiki bar. They have a little bar inside.
Tiki bar.
Yeah, it's brand new. So this hotel just went through like a $60 million renovation. Wow. I went there in July and looked at it. It was bought out by another group. So Marriott runs it now, and they did a huge renovation. Everything's brand new.
So are you going to make Doug sing?
No. We're trying to put so right now we don't have an official karaoke thing going, but
I don't want to do that.
I've been talking to some people. I said, look, that's kind of what we do. So if we have to take the speakers out in the parking lot and plug them up, we're going to make it happen. Now, so, and there's also, we're right down the street from Old Town, like literally right down the street. So Old Town's like a pretty cool looking entertainment place, like a boardwalk without a boardwalk. It's kind of cool. So I guess everybody will go down there and stuff. It'll be fun.
No, one hell of a great event. It's so family orientated. It's not gosh, that's really what I can say. It's about one big family, and I've been honored to be there from day one. His first show, I was there, and I haven't missed a show ever. Even when he did the one in Nashville, we drove up from St. Louis just to, be a part of that with my son. But one of my favorite ones is just so kickback. Everybody's so nice and so kind. I just can't say enough nice things about it. It's just one thing you're going to have to experience that's so much different than some of the other orgs. It's just a one big happy ass family.
Let me ask you a question, Doug. How do you pronounce the town where this Service Expo is? How do you pronounce that?
Kissimmee.
You know what? My dad went out to dinner with my wife because I'm doing the show. My father said, "Stop telling people it's Kissimmee."
Kissimmee.
I don't know.
Kissimmee, same thing.
Yeah, it's the same thing. Spelled the same. My father, when it came on, my father goes, "You're going to say Kissimmee again?" My father been going to Florida forever. He had a big company. He's going here ever. He goes, "Stop saying Kissimmee," and then he left. And I'm like, I like the way he said it, but I don't know. How do you say it, Doug?
Kissimmee.
Oh, Kissimmee. Okay. All right. I've been corrected twice now.
Times, I had the pleasure of getting to go down there and visit AC occasionally. I spend more time with AJ than I do with AC.
Oh, yeah.
So,
yeah. But how far is.
So it's going to be a great show.
Oh, it's going to be a great show. How far is Kissimmee from Orlando? Like right next door, right?
Yeah, right down the road.
And how far is Disney from Kissimmee? Kissimmee.
It's like they said it's a little over a mile.
Per ride, I think.
Oh.
It's like 1.5 miles or something from.
So it's like a kiss away.
Yeah,
kiss away. Oops.
Mark said it's called Google.
Yeah.
Mark. Woo! Internationally known.
I bet Google will answer both of those for you, John. Whether you say it, they'll know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, well, how many towns start with KISS?
That's true.
You know what I like? I like my company. Keep it simple, stupid. It's KISS.
Yeah. Yeah, right.
But how many towns start with? It's KISS, right? Kissimmee.
Yeah.
You gotta like the beginning of that name. I like that. I'm gonna look. I'm a guy who loves these biography channels, factual stuff. Where did that come from? Well, I'm getting a little off. But they have this town started with KISS. I love that. I love that.
Yeah, I'd look on Google right now and give you some history on Kissimmee, but I don't. I can't get to it because we're doing this show. So
well, look what Rusty's saying. Jay, what is Rusty saying here? Look what he says.
Depends on the time of the day.
Kiss me or Kissimmee?
Kissimmee or Kissimmee? I don't know.
You gotta like that. I mean, it's a name people are never gonna forget. Where were you? I was in Nashville. I was in Wilkes-Barre. I was all over the place, but I was in a town that starts with KISS.
Well,
how can you forget that?
It's part of like Celebration or something. I guess it's called. That area there, Celebration or something. And so it's weird. It's all combined.
Yeah, it's all combined, but somewhere there's a KISS in there. So.
Yeah, somewhere. Yeah.
Push goes closer to the ocean.
Yeah, they get all that. Yeah, whatever. They get into the groove.
I really like to see the ocean occasionally when I go to Florida.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So all right, so Doug's going to speak about residential. Give us a little more range. What you're going to talk about in the class? Is it commercial as well?
It's about commercial. It's about residential. It's about being able to add services onto your already existing ticket for minimum dollars, and just being able to get the knowledge right in front of you and teaching you how to sell it. A lot of people don't understand sales. I love sales. I always have. And it's just part of it. I mean, teaching sales to me is very, very simple. It's a very simple process. People like to complicate it, convolute it, and put all that pressure on them to try to sell the job. I don't like selling anything. I like to educate. So I'm selling, I just educate the customer, let them pull the trigger. It's not on my shoulders. It's up to them. I don't want that extra pressure on me to have to sell something. I want to educate the customer and let them pull the trigger. Say, yep, that's what I want. Whether it's just Jamie does package. A lot of people out there do the platinum and they do the gold and they do the silver packages. You present it to them and they educate them and then they decide what they want. But I have found out go for the higher.
Yeah, when I do sales, I don't have Doug's personality. I'm gonna be honest with you. And Jamie, you guys like to be in front of people. You want to talk. I sell stuff based on facts. What can happen? How we do the job? What it costs per square foot? And these are the results. And I'm selling like that. I mean, I can do that in park garage all day long. So you got to be your strength. Like I don't really, Doug. I know you can do this. I don't smooze people in the sale too. I just give them what it is. Yep. Here's what it is, and they know when they hire us, they're gonna get exactly what I said.
It's all about facts and education. Is all it is. I sell exactly the same way.
Yeah, but you got a personality, bro. You got a great person. I know I'm putting him on the spot.
Well,
you and Jamie's got everything working. Yeah, you guys have whatever it is. You guys have it. I think. You know, like Jamie's going to do a show next week. He can talk people about, whatever you're going to talk about next Thursday. And I can't even do next Thursday's show. Go offline for online. Tuesday I can do. I can't even do Monday because I'm going to be in Margaritaville for Sunday and Monday. My wife told me, you're going to be in Margaritaville and you are going to do the class, the show. I would do that. But we could do Tuesday. But Thursday, you got something going on next week, right? Jamie, what do you got going on?
I'm doing. Yeah, that's right. Driverman class.
Yeah. People want to hear what you got to say.
Yeah, driverman class. What is going on here? I got him. Our screen's going crazy here. Doug's going like all.
Doug's getting ready to dance.
Where are you going, Doug? Where are you going?
Yeah, right.
Doug, you doing karaoke with these guys or what?
It's just Jamie gives back to the industry, John. You're giving back to the industry. I really love people who do that, take the time to actually give back to the industry.
Oh, yeah.
To me, it's so important, and it's just part of who we are. So I've been blessed to be able to do that, and I enjoy it. I really do.
Well, you know what? When you guys like us, I'm not tooting my own horn, but we're elevating this industry. So guys don't go out and destroy things. So, I don't mind having competition because my goal is to beat you in a competition. I lost, Jamie knows this, some of my garage classes, and Justin Muller, if you're watching this, I lost a bid against him. He was in my garage class in New Orleans. I bid $54,000 on the garage. He bid $52,000. He beats me. He calls me up and apologizes. I'm like, why are you apologizing? He goes, I didn't realize you were bidding on this garage or the garage. And I say, you know what? I always give my best. If you can beat me, then you had to be better. But the next time around, if we're going head to head, I try to elevate my game. So it's all about elevating, education, you're elevating. And a lot of guys don't understand it. They think Facebook and social networking, which is not bad. You can meet guys now. But the real deal is when you're in there in the room with Doug Apt or Jamie Schmidt, you're in there with you guys, and the energy level's there, and they suck up the education they get. Education is key.
Absolutely.
And when you don't do that, if you want to go out there and you want to clean like sidewalks, you're destroying stuff with 0 degree tips. And I know Jamie likes to say the $99 guy, which that's another. It does all the teeth. You can do the teeth. No, I'm kidding. So education is key in all life. And you know what I say? The day you stop learning, Doug, tell me if you agree with this or Jamie. The day you stop learning in life, you should be 6 feet under.
Absolutely. That's why I love going to conventions. I learn something every time I hear somebody speak. I may not like what they're saying, but I do learn something, right? Because I hear a lot of people out there that I've been living out of trash cans for 6 years, and I found it big, stuff like that just drives me batty in our industry. You hear it too often, and God bless them that they made them out of there. But I think I learned from anybody who speaks out there. They always have some gold nugget that you can take home with you, and I like being able to pass that on to other people.
That is so key. That 2 words, gold nugget.
Yep. If you can go to a convention, pull 2 gold nuggets away, and go back home and put them to use. That's the key. Is put them to use.
Right.
Not just that really was a good idea, and not do it. shame on you, but you put them in use, you're going to see how much more successful you can be just with those tiny little nuggets.
Well, Jamie, when you went to events over the years, when you came out of the event, how did you feel when you were coming out?
Oh, dude, you always come out of events pumped up. Oh, I always do. Yeah, on fire. You come back on fire.
Yeah, because you want to incorporate what you learn from people that make millions, whatever they make. And you're at ServicePro Expos at the perfect time, especially in the Northeast. Yeah. Northeast is kind of cold. And when you go to this event, the Expo, it's in 2 weeks, right? It's 2 weeks?
Yeah, 2 weeks.
Well, you're going to pull me off the water for I'll be there. But when you go to these expos, especially in that time of year, when you're colder back home, but when you learn this stuff, these like Doug said, the gold nuggets. I don't know about people watching say I come out of these things fired up.
Yep. Oh yeah. I go in fired out. I come out worn out. Don't get me wrong, but it's they are taxing. Because you're talking all the time. You're in the bars or wherever you're at.
Oh, they weigh you down, no doubt.
It's always good. The communication with those people, going on and on and on. Because I love to talk. I really do. And I like to hear what they have to say as well and listen to them and learn from them. I mean, I've learned a lot from, the last convention I went to, I learned some things I didn't even know. I was like, no, I had no clue, and it makes me a better person being able to pass that information on.
Even from newer guys, too. Everybody says, oh, somebody's new. They don't listen to them. I learned stuff off new guys, man.
There's always somebody out there. This is when you thought of everything. Here's a guy. I'm hitting a blank what this guy's name is. He's down in Atlanta. A blank. A big company. It's a
Wesley Bloom.
Yes. Mm-hmm. He's like 32 years old, give or so. And then I saw him at the one of the conventions in 2022. And you listen to him talk, I'm like, crap. Why didn't I think of that when I was 22 years old? Right?
Yep. He's got an amazing company, man. And as far as I know, unless he's changed it up, you talked about it earlier, he works 4 days a week. They don't wash on Fridays. And he's got a lot of employees, a lot of vehicles. They make it. Yep. He has a good company culture. He has a really good company culture, and he's doing some good things, man.
But you know what? You got to figure this stuff out because we're like 60-40, 70-30 commercial. So commercial, my model's not going to work where his model does.
Exactly.
I think he's very large with residential, right, Jamie? Is he?
Yeah, that's what it seems to be. Yeah.
Well, they talked about this in America years ago. Instead of having people working 5 days a week, give them 4 10s. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I think that's a great plan.
We actually played with it last year. We played with it last year. We actually did it some of the weeks, but some of the weeks we just couldn't. But we did play with it.
Where do you stand with residential and commercial, your own company? Like what percentage are you at?
Commercial is getting higher and higher.
Right.
So it's getting higher. It's still a primary residential.
Yeah, so you can still probably pull that off. But the thing with the commercial is,
I know.
A lot of these municipalities, I got to go. We have to send my crew there Friday night, Saturday, Sunday. Yep. It's got to be done.
Has to be done.
Yeah, but if your primary goal, and you can meet guys like Wesley Bloom, if your primary goal is to stay with residential, you can listen to a guy like him, 32. I think he's like 30. I don't even know. Is he 30? I don't even know what he is. He's really young.
He's young, yeah.
He's young. But he figures stuff out. And I guarantee if Wesley Bloom was on this show, he'd probably tell you he went to an event or a convention and he sucked up stuff like a sponge.
Yeah.
Every event, man. Every event is you can get so much for every event. It's crazy. It's just crazy.
Whether it's just sitting at the breakfast table, that's where I like to meet people. The breakfast table where there's no agenda at all. You're just sitting there chatting. Get to know them a little bit and find out what they're doing, and vice versa. It's all about making friends out there. That's why I love PWMCA. It is one big family. I can't stress that enough. It's an unconventional convention, if you will.
That's why it's an unstructured shit show because it's a family reunion. The structure sucks.
Yeah.
But we just adapt, man. We just adapt and we just move on.
Doing a hell of a job over there. So my hat's
Well,
off.
you're doing a great job, Jamie.
Yeah, it's
You are
fun,
doing
man.
a great
There's a
job.
lot of great people. A lot of great people there, man. It's
a
Well,
lot of
you have a good crowd around you. People
yeah,
that
absolutely.
work with you, they support you, and you support them. And you probably learned about this when you were going to events years ago.
Absolutely.
It's key.
So
Yep.
I got to ask you one thing: is Gene O'Neill going to get up on stage and sing with his guitar?
I think so. I think we talked about that, and he's going to do it this year.
All right, cool.
Yeah, we
That's
talked
cool.
about it.
Why, he never played the guitar at these events?
No, he sings
He can
karaoke,
play.
but he's never played a guitar.
You know why I never played the guitar? Because I played guitar 55 years. He's probably doing the fingers, and he's got some kind of machine down there playing the music. I'm only kidding. I saw him play. I watched when he pressed the frets. I was watching him. I was like, oh, this boy can play.
It reminds me of the violin. You see the violinists that are going around in the parking lots collecting money.
He cracks me up. Gene is a great guy. I enjoy talking with him. We always get into some arguments about what's better, residential, you know.
Oh, I know Gene on the internet. Gene loves the residential stuff, right?
I know.
Yes.
But you know what? Here's a controversy. Not really, but
that's Florida. Hey, you did this in St. Louis, you would starve to death.
Yeah, but you know what though? He does like condo complex. He does like these HOAs. That's commercial.
Yeah, that's commercial.
Because you're dealing with property managers, you're dealing with a board. But I don't know if we should get Gene. You know, I can only do one more show, but we should get Gene. Jamie, you should get Gene on one of these shows. You got him on plenty of shows. I think he considers it all residential. Yep. But really, when you think about it, he's really right because they live in these condo complexes or these houses. But I'm like, you know what? You generally don't deal, because we do a bunch of condo complexes as well and HOAs. You generally don't deal with the homeowner. You're dealing either with the board or the property management company.
I agree with you.
What is that, Doug? Is that commercial or residential?
Yeah, he's in a great niche and he has a great business out there, and he's doing some great things for the industry. So,
oh yeah, no doubt.
Off to Gene as well.
Is he teaching the class, Jamie? I think he is, right?
He's on the agenda with me, but we're kind of like, depends how the schedule goes. We don't have a set class. Well, we pretty much just, we network with people, man, and talk to people and help people. We'll be pretty busy doing that. And but we're there as an emergency. Like if speaker can't, something happens, you know what I mean? We're there. So that's kind of, right. I stopped like 2 years ago. I spoke in Orlando, man. I was just worn out. I was just completely worn out.
Bro, you're doing a lot.
You're spread
nothing. Absolutely. I totally agree. A lot going on over there.
Yeah, so it was it's tough. And that's why I like going to Doug's event, man. Doug's events are the best. Like the best.
Oh, well, Doug and
at Jay Racist Dean, dude. Every time I go there, so I met so many great friends there that I have. Like it's just you know what it is? Everybody that comes there, they're there just to like soak in knowledge, learn, and network. It's pretty awesome.
Yeah, I've been there a few times. I've been there. April Dawson spoke there in the past. Mm-hmm. I've been there a few times, but Stephen Blythe took me out to dinner, me and my wife, at the PWA convention. Doug, I think you might have been with us. Yeah, you were with us.
Right.
And Stephen Blythe will join. Want to teach about garages? You can come into Jersey or California. I may take him up on the California one. But I've been to this Jay Racist's place in Jersey. What are you in Rutherford? You're somewhere around there, right?
Right on the Passaic.
Right. So, I saw Doug speak there years ago. Those are great events. It doesn't have to be large. Sometimes these 30, 40 people in this closed thing here. You can learn. You get a lot of gold nuggets in these too.
I'm really liking the classes with 6 or 7. I don't get me wrong. I used to have an ego about, I had to feel this class. It's nice. I mean, we get the 30 people, but right. Found out that teaching to a smaller crowd, I can really dive down into each individual of their business and find out why they're really here.
Yep.
I have a guy that came in that just blew me away. We've been doing business with him for years. He's been in the industry for like 30 years. He is actually the largest window cleaning company in New York City. And he came in to say hi. He sat through the class for a couple hours, and then he said goodbye. But, man, was I just shocked that he would walk in and do that. It just blew me away.
I'm not going to say his name, but I think I know who he is.
Yeah.
And you go to one of these smaller events, even a larger event, somebody like him could walk in there.
Oh, yeah.
And it's cold.
Blew me away. But it's nice to have people like that, And we see all kinds. I mean, we've had people that have been coming back every year, and I'm like, oh, what are you coming back for? Because I change my classes every year because something changes in business. And I have to update every year to keep stay on top of what's going on out there. And if there's new chemicals or new ways to do things, like upstreaming, it's something to learn about. And then you pass it on to them and let them make their decision.
Well, since you said that, downstream is the most common thing. I know what upstreaming is. Explain that to people watching. What exactly is upstreaming?
Get into it. Nope, not today.
We'll get there. Yeah, I know what that is. That's an interesting aspect of the industry. But before we go, Jamie, I'm out at home, obviously. I got the speakers. All these are these still the same, Jamie? Pretty much. I don't know if you can see that.
Yes, we might have.
I don't see Taylor Swift on there.
We may have one or two changes. So
there's no Swifties on there. I know you're going for Kansas City, bro. I know you're going for Kansas City.
KC all the way.
Yeah, you know what I'm going for? All my boxes I have.
Yeah.
I love the boxes first.
James Van Handel said he loves the old school round tables. Absolutely, man.
Oh, the best.
That's why I like going. Man, that's why I like this. I love going to Doug shows, and even where we did J races, the Darren Hickman stuff, and it's just guru. It's no guru stuff, man. Like that's
down to earth.
Yeah, man. That's no guru stuff. I'll be honest with you guys, man. I'm getting burned out with the guru shit, man. It's like every day. Every day, it's just.
We could do a whole show on that stuff.
Yeah,
these guys that teach. Well,
it gets difficult, man.
They are hurting the industry with this stuff. So we could do a whole show on that another time.
Oh, I know we could. Yeah, I know we could. So,
right.
Yeah,
you most definitely could.
Yeah.
Everybody knows who everybody's talking about right now. So it doesn't. I'm not going to throw out any names because it'd be like committing suicide. So.
Yeah, Doug, stay out of this stuff.
You stay out of this stuff, Doug.
Yeah, I don't really care. Yeah, I don't care.
Drama. I'll deal with anything but drama. Drama.
I know exactly.
I will turn it off.
Yep.
Can't stand it. I don't have time.
It's draining, man. It's draining. Drama.
My world was all about drama because I was 25 years a cop, and I dealt with crime lords and everything else. Right. That's drama, but it's a lot more than that. So that stuff never bothers me. I'm always about, and I'm sure you guys feel the same way, moving everything forward. What's in the past is the past. Learn from the past. Here's a big one that I learned this on the internet of all things. I'm a tough guy to forgive anything when you cross me, but I learned to forgive but never forget. Right? And then I also learned that go to these events and learn from people. You may not even like the person personally, but when you meet them, you tend to like them because they're passionate like you are, but they never connected correctly on the internet.
Right.
And that's a downfall. Let's go by Facebook 1 second. Facebook's got a lot of ups. There's a lot of positive stuff. It's got a lot of downs. But they changed the way the world communicates. But there's nothing better than when you can meet somebody on Facebook. And Jamie knows I talk about this. If you said, I've seen Billy Joel numerous times, right? You said, John, go watch Billy Joel on YouTube. He's got a 2.5 hour concert. I can't get through a minute and a half. When I see him in person, like I saw Seinfeld a couple weeks ago, the energy's there.
Yeah.
So that's the only thing I'll say good about Facebook. You can meet people like Jamie, you can meet Doug, you see what they're saying. And then the opportunities here, you can meet them in person. And that's the gold nuggets. Would you guys agree?
Absolutely. And you can't Facebook, man, like social media, you don't really know anybody. You don't really know them on social media. Look, I'll give somebody, for example, Tim Fields, man. I love Tim Fields.
Tim Fields, I love me some Tim.
Now, Tim Fields, if you look at Tim Fields on Facebook, especially back in the day, you'd be like, Jesus God. Dude, because Tim Fields, man, he would come out with you with some comments. He didn't care. But then you meet Tim Fields in person, dude. You're like, dude, this guy is just like, he's awesome. He has a huge heart. He'll help anybody, man. It's just like, it's amazing.
Because you're talking about Tim Fields.
Yeah.
Tim Fields, as like Doug Apt. It's one of my class sponsors.
Is he?
I try to always surround myself with the best. And it's easy to do that with me because I'm really so I can put anybody next to me. And I feel it. No, I know, but I feel like Jim Van Handel. I am retiring, but I still attend events. It's addictive and always positive. Jim Van Handel, him and I talk a lot. He's going to be speaking at these things.
Yeah.
Now, he's going to say, John, I don't like doing it either. He's like, John, I ran a successful company. He just got bought out. He's going to be on his own down the road. And he's like, I'd like to speak at these things, but you think I could do okay? Yes, you can. Just give the facts, do PowerPoints. And I met him at ACR. You know who he is, Doug? ACR Products?
I do not.
That's Tom Vogel. Jim, you know.
Vogel. I've been there. Yeah.
I've been to 6 or 7 of his events, and like let's say about 2004 in that range, right? And I met these people there. I met Jim Van Handel there. So this is one of the things I think why my company is so rock solid. We're a small company, but I surround myself and speak to the people that have done everything, and that's key. So Facebook, I knew Doug from meeting him. I knew Jamie. I knew you from meeting you. But I also saw you guys first on Facebook. That's the key. Facebook is the starting point. Let's get past all these gurus. Jamie, why did you bring up the gurus?
There's some great gurus out there, and there's some people out there that so. And we just like the $99 guy, man. We just bust chops over gurus and $99 guys.
Oh yeah, you can't laugh. What's the point?
Yeah, I know.
But then you go from Facebook where you see guys on there, and then you know what? If you do like I do, you watch them, right? And then you can see who's fake and who's real.
Right.
And then the next step is to see them in person.
Yeah.
I mean, I met Kirk Kempton on the line, so I'm in person. I met Dad Eck. I met everybody probably online first. And then I went to their events, the huge convention, you name it. ACR, 7 or 8 of those. I've been to Jamie's, a few of his. When you go to these things, there's nothing better than that. And the guy that spends the money to go, people tell me I can't afford to go. I tell them you can't afford not to.
Yeah, exactly.
If you're going to spend $1,500, let's say you got the flights, you got the room, you got the food, you got the convention. You do 2-3 house washes, you got it back in no time. And then you get these customers lifelong.
Absolutely.
So
you want to go. Let me give you guys a tip. How you want to how you really vet the guru. You want to know how you really vet them.
I know how to do it, but I want to hear what you say.
I'm going to tell you how you vet them. The ones that now there's different types. I'm talking about the guys that are out there pounding their chests. I got 15 trucks. Pay me. Okay. Right. Here's how you easily vet them. When somebody goes on social media every day and says they have 100 employees, 50, I'm exaggerating, and 15 trucks and all this, they have a pretty big ego because they wouldn't be on Facebook saying that. So it's simple. Dude, I would love to give you my money. I would love for you to coach me. Let me see the pictures of your damn trucks and your employees. Oh, shit.
There he goes.
And guys tell me, I've questioned guys like that before, actually on Facebook, and I've been told he doesn't want to brag. Dude, he posts every day. He has 15 employees. He wants to brag.
Right.
Now, James Van Handel, you see James here watching, dude. James puts pictures up, all his trucks, his employees. Like, if you have it, you're going to show it, unless you're not involved in social media at all. Then I get it, right? But if you are, you're going to let people see because you're proud of it, man. You're proud of showing that. Me, I'm proud to run 2-3 rigs. I'm happy. That's what makes me happy. I don't want to run 15 rigs. It's just not a passion I have.
Right.
So there's nothing wrong, man. Even, a coach or a guru that has a couple of rigs and wants to train you, but it's just guys that want to be deceiving is where it gets really. That's an easy way to bet them, man. Don't show me a picture of you in a Ferrari because you go rent that. Like I don't care about that. Let me see your body of work. I want to see your body of work, and we can shake hands and we can do it.
I'm like in my head, we touched a nerve with Jamie.
Well, I'm drinking hydrogen water now. See, I'm drinking hydrogen water, so I'm getting smarter.
I'm drinking a Rufino Chianti, chin down. It means health 100 years. That's the truth. Years ago, I didn't want to teach nothing. And then Meg Wheatley from the PWNA told me, why don't you teach garage cleaning? And Thad told me I wouldn't do it. And then I finally did it. And what happened was Meg told me exactly what you said, Jamie. He says, John, people want to vet people. I have a bad history. I didn't vet people in the past. I'm not going to go into names. I did stuff with people. Turns out they're full of shit. But she said, just post pictures of what you do. You don't have to give up all the secrets. And you show stuff. That's why I show all the time what we're doing. I have a small company. I got the same 3 full-timers for 13, and 15 years. I got people telling me, well, John, that says you're a good person to work for.
Yep.
And then I have the 3 or 4 part-timers, 8 and plus years. So, and I can expand my company. I'm going to put an email out probably Saturday because I'm dealing with garage building companies. They build the garages, and they want me to expand. Nice. And I'm going to be honest with you. I tell people, I said, listen, I was 25 years as a cop. I have a great pension. I have retired health. I have dental. My wife has it all. And I have all these bennies for that. If I walked away from everything, I could have to leave New York, but I could move to Florida to survive fine. So we have a company that generates a lot more money than what I do with my pension and everything else. But like Jamie said, we have 4 trucks that can go out, 5 trucks, but generally we have 2, and sometimes 3. And I keep the guys busy all the time. And then some people on the internet, John, you're a slave master. That's what they tell me. I'm like, I always told my guys in advance. I said, listen, we tend to work 7 days a week from the beginning of April to July 4th because residential holds us up. But I have the part-time as well. So I tell them who wants to work this week. And very rarely these guys turn it down because in the wintertime, my guys are going out now back in New York once a week. That's it. Once a week. They take care of some commercial accounts. So I can expand this company, but I'm like Jamie. I'm like, one of my goals in life is to live to 100 years. It sounds crazy. I want to live a long life as long as I'm healthy. I want that. I want to be able to stay in Florida for a month and a half, 2 months. I like the life I have, but I have all these opportunities. I'm sure Doug could relate to this. You had a contract in business. Jamie, you are here now. You can go the next level, but it doesn't mean you have to. The one thing I do stress, though, I'm 62 years old, and Doug's 41, and Jamie, what are you, 39?
Yeah.
What I stress is, the only thing I stress is when you get older, your body can break down.
Oh, it does.
It does. It's going to happen. So I always felt when you get older, you got to get somebody in there to do some of this work because if you break down and you're solely relying on your company, your business, you better have connections with people and this is another reason I go to the events. If you have a lot of connections in New York, I have a lot of connections in New York, but my company worked for Jim Van Halen's company too. We did stuff for him as well. If you have connections in that area, you can pay a percentage. But when you get older, you better have your ducks in a row because if you get hurt, blow out your knee, you need a knee replacement or whatever, that's devastating.
Right.
So that's where I bring this stuff up. I'm like, I never mean to I'm not demeaning anybody, but I said you don't want to create a job. In the beginning, we all create jobs. Eventually, you want to create a company that you're not working for, you're working on it. But I'm not knocking people. I know some guys 65, 67, 68 years old doing their own thing. But you got to have systems in place, backups. And if you have people who can do the work, if you can't do it, that's great. So
absolutely. So
there's a lot of that. Anyway, Doug's been on. Doug, you taught today? You did a class today?
Taught all day.
Doug don't play games, man.
Yeah, Doug, stop playing games.
No, he don't play games.
I gotta tell you a story. I was at a conference, and it wasn't recently. And I knew the speaker. We had words previously, and he called me out. He goes, "Sir," and I go, "Yeah, my name's Doug. You know who I am?" And he goes, "Yeah." He goes, "What's your idea of branding?" So I got up and walked away. He goes, "Whoa, sir, excuse me, wait a minute, Doug." I go, "Where are you going?" I said, "You want the definition of branding?" He goes, "Okay, what is it?" "It's what you think of me when I walk away."
I like that.
I think
I love
branding.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So
I just got a gold nugget right now.
Yeah,
I don't know how the rest
right there.
went, but I left the room. So some of those I can't listen to. But
you should have had a mic with you. You could have dropped it when you could have boom, dropped it.
Drop the mic.
Boom.
I'm gonna do that one day in the class. Hey, everybody.
Boom. drop the mic.
My luck, I'll break it. I owe $400 for the.
I know.
Yeah, right. My luck, I drop it in my cocktail. Damn it.
Yeah. You try to do your glass breaks and the shit gets on your laptop. The $1,500 laptop.
Yeah.
I'm gonna drop a mic.
Definitely looking forward to the event coming up here shortly.
Yeah, it's coming quick.
Well, I want to tell you guys, great show. My father, my wife's coming back, and as we always do, I open the show. But the real guy here is, Jamie Schmidt, the guy that's keeping this ServicePro Expo and the PWS. He keeps it all together. And I don't know, Doug, before you leave, thank you for coming on. And you've toured all day in Jersey, and we appreciate that. But Jamie, what do you got? Close it up, bro.
Yeah, so the show's coming quick, guys. So, announcement. I did send an email out. I did put a post out. The Conference Plus tickets, so the full access tickets, it was supposed to be closed today. It's going to be closed tomorrow's Friday. I was off a day, but it's closing tomorrow. You still be able to get general admission tickets, but the tickets that give you the lunch and the breakfast, the full conference ticket tomorrow is gone. You're not going to be able to come to the event and buy it like you did last year. This is a different venue. They don't have the overage. We're not bluffing, so you buy a ticket because we do not make money off that food ticket. I can tell you right now. I will show you guys the prices of the food if you want to see them. We do not make money off that food ticket. It's just a lot of guys wait to the last minute. Last year they were like, "Oh, we need a ticket. This one, when it closes. We can't." The hotel needs a number. I have to give them a number tomorrow afternoon, and once they have that number, that's it for food. Doesn't mean you can't come to the event. You can still get a general admission ticket, but if you want to have breakfast and lunch with everybody and in the same room, you need to get your ticket. So go to pwmc.org, and I'm looking forward to seeing everybody there. Looking forward to seeing you again, John. We haven't seen each other. Well, we did at the Huge for a couple minutes, and catching up with Doug again. So and all my friends and making new friends, man. That's what it's about.
Yep,
that's what it's about.
All right, guys. Great show.
Peace out, everybody. Love you all.
Peace out.